Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to Qshell command. In previous session, we used various scenario where we utilized wc command in order to fetch the output. And as per the scenarios, we have got the different scenario output, right? So now assume a thing where we are supposed to save those output. Then what is the procedure to save the output of wc command? Now here you can say that whenever we are executing any wc command, it displays the output. It is actually not saving the output, it is displaying the output of the command. But the moment when we press F3 or we came out of the session, it got removed. Now next time whenever we want to see the same output, in that case we are again supposed to hit the same command. Okay, but that is not a feasible thing, right? Because every time you are not supposed to hit the same command if you want to see the same output. Okay, if output is different, then for sure we need to hit the command. But let's say if you run one command, wcqshell command, to fetch the output for all the files which is extension .txt, so that we want to save, because we want next time we don't want to rerun the command. I just want to save the output, whatever the output is there at that time, we want to save it. So how to do this? So to do this, we will use wc command itself, and through wcqshell command we will redirect the output in our file. Okay, so in this session we are going to discuss the same. So let me firstly clear you the files and directory that we are going to use for this session, and then later we will practically perform some operations. Okay, all right, so let's start with the session. So here firstly I'll write uh, wrk lnk work link. So what with work link will do, it will open this work with object link screen with my default directory /home/sharmit. Now from here, if I do page down, there is one directory with the name Sharmit. So we are going to use this directory for our demo purpose. So here we have multiple files and directories like this. These are the files with .txt extension and directory, right? Now suppose we want to fetch the all we know because we have previously covered these things, right? That wc command provides us number of line, words and characters. So we want to fetch number of lines, words and character for all the files with .txt extension from this location, and then the output we are going to store into our file for permanent. Okay, so for that I just copy this path. Now I think now requirement is clear that all the data that we are getting from that we are receiving from this wcqshell command, we are going to save that into our file. Okay, so fine. Now I'll quickly write here qsh to open the qshell command entry. Here firstly I'll tell you how it is working right now, because if you are not providing any let's say if I just run this command wc space /home/sharmit/texsharmit, on pressing enter it will, okay, yeah, sorry, we have not provided the complete command, right? Because there should be /*.txt. So what this command will do now, it will print the line number, word count and character count for each file present in /home/sharmit/texsharmit directory with extension .txt. So you can see this is the data, and same thing we have discussed in our last session, and this is the total. But the thing is that when we press F3 at this moment, what it will do, it will remove this data. Now I'll go back qsh. You can see there is no data, right? So this is the reason we are learning how to redirect the outputs to save it permanently. So to save it permanently, what we will do, we will again write the command wc space /home/sharmit/texsharmit/*txt, and this time, like, this is the same command, right? Now along with this command we need to put one more thing here, which is this right angular bracket. So now what this right angular bracket will do, it will redirect your output into file. So if we are redirecting it into file, so we should pass the file name. So let's say I want to create it with .log.txt name. So now what will happen, our entire output of this command will be stored into this log.txt. Now the file which we are passing here, if it already exists, then it will replace the old data with the new data that we are redirecting right now, and if it is not there, then it will create the new file with the same name. Okay, so I can press enter here. After pressing enter, you can see it is not returning any kind of error, and it shows dollar symbol. That means our command has been executed successfully. Clear? Fine. Other thing, very important thing, like here you can see we are not providing path. Why? Because if we are not providing path, then it will by default create it in my default directory, which is /home/Sharmit, which we discussed in worklink command, right? So that's how it works. Now to verify like whether this is saved or not, what we can do, we can run here cat command, cat space log.txt, enter. So here you can see with cat command, when we display the output of log.txt, it prints this data. Okay, that means this data has been saved. Now same thing we can verify with worklink. Here if I do refresh and look for the file which is at home directory, so work lnk log dot, yeah, here it is, log.txt. So if I check, you can see now it contains the data. And the main thing is that because redirecting and appending data we have already covered in previous few sessions, right? But that in that case what it was doing, it was also printing the header, but now you can see it is not printing any kind of header detail. It is just directly printing the storing the output which is present there in the file. Okay, so this is the difference. It is not creating any kind of header information. Okay, fine. So now if I, let's say if I run again qsh and cat, then log.txt, again it will show you. Previously it was not showing the data, but this time we have the copy of the data, that's why it is showing. So what we did, we just redirect the data into this log.txt file. Okay, now another thing is, let's say if I want to append some line into this, because this is my data, and after saving this data, I got to know that yes, there is one more line which should be there in the file. So for that, let's say wcabb dot txt. So this is the file which is returning one row, and I want to store that row also in this file without removing the old data, which is called data appending. So to append the data, what we can do, we can simply write here wc space, then your file name, means the command. So command is abb.txt. This time I'll use double right angular bracket, because double right angular bracket is mainly used to append your data into the file, and my file name is log.txt. On pressing enter, you can see it has been completed successfully. Now if you run the cat log.txt, you will find that yes, it holds both the data. Previous data is there, and after that new data is also appended. Remember one thing, if you are using double angular bracket, it will not replace the data, but the moment when you use only single angular bracket, it will replace the old data with new data. Okay, so this thing we should be like we should take care of this thing, otherwise you might lost your data. Okay, fine. So yeah, these are the steps that we can perform with wc command in order to redirect or append the output. Now I'll quickly show you how we can use the same command through cl program. I'll just tell you the modification points, then maybe you can try it by yourself. So this is a sample program. This is not related to, you can say it is a sample program. Okay, so here you can see firstly we need variable, so just simply write dcl, provide variable name, type, storage and length. After that chg var, provide your variable information, variable name here, and then here inside a code you can provide your command. So you can just replace this command with the command that we have prepared like this. Okay, and it should be in the code. Mainly like we know that, right? In previous session we have already covered these things. So you can just replace the command, and after that we are good to start the command. So strqsh take f4, provide your variable name, and we are good with it. Okay, so yeah, these are all things that we are supposed to do with wc Qshell command in order to save, redirect or append the data. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.